Okay, so let's quickly check homeworks. Okay, so people have done some homework, right? Um, so here's like invalid address. Okay, okay, so we're giving an error. Okay, so see this. See, these are like, it's kind of features, I'd say. So, but this one, right? For the given card expiration, okay, let's see here. Let's pretty much quickly, there is a bug there, right? Let's see here what's the bug exactly. So this really, I mean, I would not say this is a bug because 1299 is like 2099. There might be credit card company who will give for, um, 2099, okay? But thing is, it should not accept the previous date, right? Let's check it out here. Right over here. Okay. See here, if I take this, okay. Now it should not supposed to take the end month, right? If it is July, right? Should not take June. Let's say if I want to put his 06 2017, it's not supposed to, right? It's not the page should not move forward because June we are done with June. There's no more June, right? Now Now it's still taking. So this is a bug, right? This makes sense because here you're putting the 6th month, right? 6th month is we are done with 6 months. This is 7th month. Okay. So the point is 99 is really, I mean there is future. So there might be a credit card company, they might give you for 99. I don't know because there are, it depends, right? Individual level, the people who get um, so what? That's really, I mean, that's a scenario depends on people to person to person and individual to individual. So this I would not consider. This I would consider a defect. Okay, 6 2017 because June we are done with the June. There's no June. So that it's a past month, right? And the credit card is expired. Now this is an expired credit card. Okay, so this is a bug. Now, the meaning you're saying like maybe you want to say 1999, but here there is a 2 digit, right? Maybe let's see. It's like 2000. This normally it's not like 2017, but still we take it as. Okay, here you go. There's a pop-up window, right? Yeah. So 99. It's taking 99 as a 2099, right? So if you're taking it 99, this will accept either way. Okay, so this may not be bug always. Okay, so that might be a different thing. Okay, but yeah, of course, you need to refer always to documents. If the document says that, then it's a bug. Okay. Okay, let's look into this. Okay, this is a good thing. I mean, it's not saying which field. Okay, so this is really it's a thing to to talk about it. But it's really, I don't think that would be like a bug, but yeah, it's really a thing that is to be considered. Okay. Okay, let's see down here. Okay, here again, this is like there is a hairline difference between the feature and the bug, right? So this is a feature. because you want drop down box and there is no drop down box here. You have to put it manually. Okay, if there is a drop down box, so there's a difference. Maybe these guys want to ship international address, or that's the reason there's no drop down box. Okay, so that might be a reason there. Okay, so what? Okay, I was looking for much more better defects. Here's the thing: the people who didn't open the issues is here. This issue is right in front of your page. Look at this, 1997. So this is not 1997. This is 2017. Nobody opened the bug for that, right? Now I know this is, you might not think that's important, but this is something when you're going to the healthcare project. Now this is very important, okay, because this comes under compliance issue. If it's not in compliance with federal government, if it's not, then it's really an issue, this should be, they have to install the certificate and put the new certificate there, okay. This is a bug, 1997, but nobody opened that. And this is on the right in the front of the page. Nobody looked at it. Did anyone open this bug? Large updated, okay, this is not really we are worried about, but the copyright, that's expired, okay, copyright is been expired, it's supposed to be new, 2017, and it's not here, okay. Okay, now let's go to another button here, okay. Now here, I don't know how many people went there. Now here, when you hover your mouse over this image, you see this image, and it's turning into hand cursor, you see this? Now this image is not supposed to turn into, these are not image URLs, or this is not Amazon.com, right? When you click on this, server error. So this is a bug, right? Did anyone open this? These are things, actually are considered the bug, and you guys actually, are more into feature. Okay, we are not talking about feature. We are not talking about this business analyst thing. So, that is a business analyst job. Okay, this is not there, that is not there, that's fine. But this is bugs. So these are the bugs, okay? Okay, and one more thing, you guys didn't open one more bug. So let's say I'm opening, like putting special characters, right? Okay, so let's not use this. Let's use a different browser, okay? So there is a reset form that doesn't work. Okay, now that's a bug. Let's see here. Let's see. Okay, when I try to order here, let's say I'm putting some special character, okay? This is okay, and I want to reset form. Okay, this is working here, but doesn't work in Chrome. Okay, so that's a Chrome specific bug. Does it make sense? Does it make sense to everyone what I'm trying to say? Okay, here it's it's not even the page is not going that the pop-up window is stuck and is not letting you to do any other work. You see this? And, okay, and you know what? This is not working. This should be a bug because I want to click OK and this is not working. Okay, so nobody opened that, and reset form doesn't work in Chrome too. Okay. You say this reset form is not working. Okay, here it works. Okay, it doesn't work in Chrome. Okay, so these are the bugs. Okay, what you guys have opened is more of a features. Okay, that is a feature request. You want to add this, you want to remove this, that's fine. And those fields and all those things are actually, depends on version to version. Okay, as a new version comes up, they want to add some new feature, that's fine. These are good if you want to talk about it, right? Yes, that's good. That is you have to do in your free time. Okay, saying that, hey, you know what, this is a new feature, you know, we need to, like, can we talk about this, you know, why don't we add this feature, you know, so on. Okay, so let's go to today we'll go on this rally. Okay, that's a test management tool. So that's what it is, right? Right. Okay, so let's go to this rally. Okay, so what is a rally? It's a test management tool. Okay, so I'll be giving you access to this. Okay, you'll be having username, password, and everyone will have their, you know, it's the same username and password. So please make sure you guys use it properly. Okay, because you don't want to mess up with test cases, you don't want to remove any user stories, please don't do that. Okay, so a lot of people have removed the user stories, and you know, a lot of emails saying that, a lot of phone calls. One day I had like 24 missed calls, right? And this is like somebody removed that user story. So don't remove any user story. Oh, okay. Now this is called bug, right? Okay. Now let's see here. Now this is, you know, Rally. Okay, Rally. What is Rally? A test management tool where you write test cases, you execute the test cases, you open defects. You do a lot of things in Rally. Okay. Why do you need this? So the first question is, right, why do you need this? Okay. Now you need, because the reason you need this tool, because you need to, you know, you cannot go and talk to developer, right? Who knows, you know, if you open some defect, if the defect is, what kind of defect is this? Is this a development defect or architect defect or requirement defect or document? You don't know, and nobody knows unless someone investigates on that. Okay, once it goes to a particular developer, they will figure it out. Is this their part of issue, or it is responsible with some other team? Okay, someone other team is responsible for that, or someone has to check it out. Okay, so that's the reason you need this test management tool, because you cannot coordinate, you know, to a lot of people, or you know, who is working with this, who you don't know. So once you put it here, you know, they will write their comments, they will tell, okay, so this is what the, you know, responsible guy, you know, all those things. Okay, so that's the reason you need this test management tool. Okay, so here, let's say first you need to figure it out which project you'll be working on. So now here we have only 4. Now that's, you know, you don't have this 4. You will be having some thousands of projects going on. Okay, some thousands sub projects. Okay, don't be surprised. There's a sub thousands. Okay, a lot of things happen. So here we are having only 4. Okay, so make sure which project you're working on. Who tells you? Check with the lead. Okay, which project is it? Or if lead, you know, sometimes lead says, you know, why don't you check with the business analyst, or why don't you check with the developer, or why don't you check with the architect guy? In that case, you need to, you know, check with them. Now, once you figure it out, this project, and it's your responsibility to figure it out. Okay, no one will tell you. Okay, now when you work in this project, you know, you go into this project. No one tells you. It's your responsibility to figure it out which project is done. How do you do that? This is called coordination. You need to coordinate with the people. Okay. Now once you've done that, now you need to figure it out which user stories you will be working on, right? Now that's a project, which project, and this is the user story. User story is kind of requirements. Okay, what is the requirement and what you're trying to do. So let's click on the user stories here. Okay, great. So there is a lot of user stories. Okay, now again, it's your responsibility to figure it out which user story. Here it's very simple. You know, it's only few of the user stories here. Okay, it's not many, but real time there will be a lot more than this. Okay, so there will be like bunch of user stories, and there will be sub user stories, and within this sub iterations, and a lot of iterations goes on. A lot of things happen. So you don't know. If you know the number, that's fine. That's good. You know, just search here, put the number, that's good. Okay. So it's, again, you need to understand this, that it's your responsibility to figure it out which user story. Now, how do you do that? You need to coordinate, or you need to check. Okay, you cannot directly check the manager, and don't expect this direct from the manager. And I'll check with manager. No, first you need to check with. First, try to figure it out yourself. Okay, if you can figure it out, that's good. But that may not be always feasible. So you need to check. With colleagues, talk to the colleagues, seeing that, hey, what, this project, once then you do that, then you can go with the lead and check with him that which user story is it. Okay. So normally this in agile, you will be supposed to have get this from business analyst. Okay. Who is called product owner. Product owner will supposed to tell you, but if they don't, then you need to check. Okay. Now let's after this, which user story. Okay, here it's simple. I made it simple. Oops, not this. We have this GMO project going on, right? And here okay. So this is my user story US 161 US instance user story. Okay, and this is the user story of testing GMO website. Okay, so okay, now I found out this is my user story. Okay, and oops, sorry to move this task. So we'll go to this. Okay, so we'll see how. Okay, okay. So here this is so description. There's a description here saying that okay, what you need to do with this user story. Okay. Now here I made it easy by putting a screenshot. Now don't expect that kind of lenience from anyone because description will be the description is made in such a way that everyone are in the loop, right? Everyone are there, like project managers, developer, tester, manager. All these people are working there, so they will putting all the information, like 2-3 paragraphs or 4 to 5 paragraphs, saying that they will be having some lot of information, but it's not necessary that you have to know all the information at once. You may not understand everything, but what you need to understand is what is related to your project, what is related to your testing point of view. Okay, so here it's nothing. There's I made it very simple here. This verify our functionality, but it may not be always the case. You don't always have this cakewalk. Okay, you need to understand, read the paragraph once and understand what they're trying to say and what you need to test. Okay. Here I made it simple, just put a screenshot. Okay. Okay, so this is user story. You're not doing anything with this. Okay, you're not supposed to change anything here. Okay, this is not your job, right? User stories is job of a business analyst. Unless you want to go as a product owner, you're not going to change here. Okay, now let's go to task. Okay, let me create one task. Okay, so there's two things here: task and test cases. You see this? Okay, task is something which is you want to prioritize your work. You're working a lot of things, right? You're working on functional testing, you're working on regression testing, you're working on performance testing. Okay, that's fine. And then you're also working on a different three projects like functional testing. They have their own performance. They have their now. There's a lot of things a lot of things goes on, right? So what you need to do is you want to prioritize your work, right? That's the reason you need this task. Or else, if sometimes the company doesn't use us, that's fine. You can go with the flow if you want. But I would organize myself, right? Let's say I'm trying to do three things. One is functional testing, the other is regression testing, and the other is performance testing. Now I need to put a task and specify how much time will I take for each. Okay, each of my testing. So let's say here I want to put is like let's say and click on add with details. Now I'll be ready, Okay, so I'll put some information here. I like this font, so I'll just put this font. Oops. Okay, and I'll put the state. Your state should be always in progress. Okay, unless you're working on future projects. Okay, there's an there's an attachment. You can go ahead and attach that attachment if you want to expedite. So this, the reason they have all this, because sometimes you're responsible only to create this task. You're responsible only to create test cases. Testing is done some other people. It's like for big companies, right? Like Amazon or Google. So they, you will be writing your whole test case, only test cases, and somebody else will be testing it, so on. But it's not always the case. Okay. So that's the reason you have this, because somebody else wants to know like how it's expedient or not. So that's the reason they have this. And then you have notes. If you have any notes, you can write it. Okay, that's the and estimation. Estimation is of course required. Let's say 10. That means 10 hours. Okay, this is considered as hours. 10 hours, and you have to do in. Okay, to do is 10. You can change the to do. Okay, once you complete each 1 hour, 2 hour, you have to update this. And let's say I just create it. Okay. Okay, so I have created this. It's like functional testing for GMO project. Okay, now if you have more tasks, you need to keep adding, like regression testing and performance testing, ETL testing, and so on and so forth. Okay, here you have this task generated ID, that is TA225. Okay, this is the estimate, and this all is viewed by your boss. Okay, so you need to make sure. See, this is not like mandatory or required by it depends. Okay, how you are working in the company. So I would say this, always keep organized, so that whenever they ask you explanation, you can always give an explanation, like so we have created this, and you're working on this one. Okay, any questions on task? Sometimes task is created by someone, people, and they assign to you. Okay, you can assign this task to. Okay, you can go ahead and click on this task, and who is the owner. Let's say your boss wants to change your owner, and they'll change this owner. Okay, so you can somebody else will create and assign to you. Okay, that can also happen. Okay. Okay, so if no questions, let's move to the next topic, that is test cases. Okay. Now, here is what you'll be writing test cases. Let's start writing test cases, okay? So here to write a test here, you have nothing, okay? But to start writing test cases, right? You need to hover your mouse over this action. You see this action, which is located in the right upper corner. Actions, you want to go ahead and create new test case and click on that. Okay, you get this pop-up window. And now you need to fill a lot of information here. Okay, so you need to put a lot of information and make sure all this red, red mark, you see this red color on the left side. Okay, these are mandatory and you cannot skip that. Okay, so let's see. So right. Okay, so tags. If you have tags, you can go ahead and put the tags. GM online. Okay, and we want to put the tags, and then you want to write some information. If you know, like, okay, so you want to write this information, and okay, so once you have done with that, if you have any attachments, you can go ahead and attach. And the owner of the test case, most probably it will be you. So most of the time it will be you, because you are writing this, so you are responsible for this. Okay, but in the rare cases, there might be also possibility that someone else might be executing these test cases. But for now, we'll just not worry about those things. Okay, there might be possibility that you are writing it, but someone else will be executing it. Okay, that doesn't happen every time, but yeah, it does. Okay, so most of the time, the owner of the test case is always you. And which project? You need to make sure which project is only four, but it comes in plenty of them, so you need to make sure which project you're working on. Expedite, you want to expedite this test case, here we'll just put it normal. Objective, so what is the objective of this test case? Okay, so we'll just put it this, to test functionality and features of GM Online. Now, work product? Work product is the user story. Now, here by default, we are creating that user story. That's the reason it showed up this. Okay, so we are good with this. Otherwise, if you want to change it, go ahead and click on this magnifying glass, icon, and okay, and you can select your. If you know the ID, that's good. Okay, if you know the ID, that's good. If you don't know the ID, then you want to search through keywords. Okay, what's the keyword, and and filter it, and you get. So here is a lot of things. Okay, related to this project and this. Okay, you can choose. So what is work product? Work product is normally the user story you're working on. Okay. Now let's go to the next topic. That's what kind of testing are you doing? Acceptance, functional, performance, usability, and so on. Here we'll stick to, we'll just put as functional here. And what is the method? Is it automated or manual? Here we'll go for manual. And then priority, what is the priority of this test case? The useful, important, critical, just go ahead with important for now. Risk, medium, what is the risk for this? Why are you writing this test case? What's the risk? We want to put it. For now, we'll just put it as medium. And what is the preconditions? Preconditions in sense for writing these test cases. I mean, for executing these test cases. What are the preconditions you require? Okay, so here we'll just put some few preconditions. So before functional testing, smoke testing is supposed to be done. So smoke testing should be completed. And okay, before smoke testing, right? Because code should be deployed in test environment. So we are not testing here in production or a dev environment. We are testing in test environment. So we want the code in the test environment. And then smoke testing should be completed. Anything else you could think of? Okay, if you know, you guys can add. Okay, and then so this is a okay. So once you're done this, so these are the we'll go through the steps. So here you want to write the steps. Post condition. So once you're done with the preconditions, there is something called post condition. Okay. So post condition is something what you have to do after execution of your test case. So here what you have to do is code should be deployed. Okay, hold on. So we go to regression. Regression testing should be completed and the code should be deployed in production. Right? So this is the post conditions for your test case. And notes, if you have any notes, you can go ahead and write notes. Okay. So let's say this is important if you want, if you're communicating with developer and developer says something, you need to update here. So that's the reason you need these notes. Okay, so let's go here, and start writing our test cases. So there's two boxes here. If you can see steps, you see the steps at the left sidebar, right? You see the steps on the left sidebar, and there's an icon here. Okay, this this is called action steps where we want to add, and there's two boxes here, two fields. Okay, two major fields. That's called validation input. This is called what we are trying to input here, and what is the expected here. Okay, this is the two major things which you require when you're trying to test, right? What are input you're trying to do and what you're expecting in that. Okay, there's two things. Okay, what input you are putting here. So let's say I want to test for Chrome browser, right? And I want to test my application, that is this application. Okay, and what I'm trying to say is enter the URL, that is demo.boardland.com/gmo post in the Chrome browser. So I want to open this Chrome browser and put that URL. And what is expected after hitting enter, right? You want to hit enter. What is expected? So here the page should be okay. The page should be navigated to home page of GMO Online. So this is the home page, right? So we are in the home page of GMO, right? So that's what we're trying to say. What is the input you're giving and what is the expected you're supposed to get, right? So that's the major part in you are writing your test cases. Okay. Now, once you have done that, you want more fields. These fields are not enough. This is not enough, right? We need to write more test cases. We need to write at least 10, 20 test cases, max 20. I'd say you stick to 20. Okay, you can write more than that. That's fine. But 20 is a max limit because you don't want to waste more time in just writing and writing and writing. You want to execute too. So we need to concentrate more on bugs than on writing test cases, right? Okay, so let's say you want to add more. Okay, click on this, which is called add action step, which is located into the test, the left side of the steps, and click on this. Okay, when you click on this, there's a drop down box located 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 means it shows one pair of field, 2 means two pair of fields, and so on. So I'm sticking to one by one at once. So I'm clicking on 1. So the moment I click on 1, here my page gets updated, and here I get input and expected result. Okay. So now after entering this, what is my input? So what I'm trying to say here is I want to click enter GMO Online. Okay, button. So what I'm trying to write here is click on or the button name is enter GMO Online. Okay, so what happens once you click on this? The page is navigated to what page? Let's say this is GMO home page, the online catalog page. See this URL. If you want, you can go ahead and click the enter the URL too, just to make sure that you're also validating the URL. But here we'll be a little bit for sake of convenience and the time, we'll just put online catalog page. Okay, and once I've done this, okay, so that's good. Now we have completed one test case. Now I want to write more, right? I want to add more fields here. So you go ahead and click on this icon, add action step. Once you click on this, again the drop down box shows up and one. You want to click on one. You're going just one by one, okay? If you want five at once, you can do that. But here, we are trying to go one by one. So, okay, so you get another pair of fields here. What is the input and what is the expected? So now we have already entered in this page. So I want to put as let's say 10, right? I want to put as 10 here. So I want to write a test case for this. So you know what I'll put in? Enter the value for 3% don't tempt as 10 in the order quantity. Okay, so now what I'm trying to say here, I now enter the value for 3% don't end in the order quantity field, okay, and click on place an order button. Okay, so here I'm entering the 10 in the field order quantity field, okay, and clicking on place an order. Now what happens is page is navigated to place order, okay, place order web page. So what I'm trying to write here is okay. So page is navigated to place an order, okay. Now, if you want, you can put the URL, and just put it URL. So you can put URL in every test case. So just put it here. So that means it's going to that page. Okay, okay. That's good. Now we want to add more test case. So again, you go ahead and click on this icon, add action step. Again, the drop box, shows up, and click on one. Now here, what I get is okay. So this is not good. Now, this is my third step, not second. Okay, you see this? Click on enter Gemini was the first step, and the second step is enter. But this has become third step. You see this? This third? No, this is second, and what I'm trying to write is here third. So now this is what you need to do. Okay, you want to organize your step. Now this is third. I know this is third, so I want to move this field to next block. So what I do is there is the two icons located at the right side on every test field. Every field that has right located here. You have two options here: add action steps and action menu. Click on action menu icon, and you want to put as move step down. Once you click on that, so now it becomes third. Okay, so now that's good because this is my third step, not second. Okay. Okay, now what I want to do is click on proceed with order button. Now what is expected? Expected is page navigates to the building information page. Okay, and if you want, you can go ahead with the URL. Just put the URL, and just fill up this real quick. Click on this. Okay. So now you're good. Okay, you have created this third step. Now I want to create one more step, right? So what I want to do is, again, instead of going that, I know, each and every time I'm creating in between. So that's really not an efficient way of creating test case. Now I figured it out. That so to create a test case, I can use the the icon which is located in the right side of this each and every field. So I click on add action step. Again, the same thing happens. The drop down box shows up 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to go with 1. Now this time, what happens, right? This time happens. Okay, it's good. Now it happens right after my step. Okay, after third. Now this is my fourth step. So this is already good, because I don't want again any step which is created in between. Again, I move that step to another step. Okay, so that is tedious work. Okay, you want to work efficiently, right? So okay, now once you create this, let's say. So fill up all the information in the billing page and click on place the order button. Okay. So what happens? Page is navigated to this online store receipt page. Okay. Online store receipt. Okay. So this is expected. Now again, I want to write one more test case here. Click on one the same way. Then add action step and click on one. The page gets refreshed, and you get 2 more fields. And what you want to run is click on return to home page button. Okay. So what happens? The page is redirected to home page of GMO Online. So click on this. Okay, good. It has redirected to GMO Online. Okay. So any questions so far? So this is how you can write test cases. Okay. So we have only written for positive scenarios. Similarly, you need to write for negative scenarios, boundary values. Okay. And the scenarios you can add different scenarios, or if you want to add in the same steps, that's fine. Okay, but you need to work on scenarios. So here we only written positive only one way, right? Positive scenarios. Once you have done that, you want to just save and close. Click on save and close. Okay, good. Now now here it shows that your ID is being assigned. That's test case number 309, and this is okay. This is the name of this. What's the name of the test case, and what's the what product? What product is the user story? Okay. What type is it? Functional and priority important. Owner, who is the owner of this? Manual. Okay. And which project is this? So this is overall view of your test case. So if you are writing bunch of test cases, so this is test cases. Okay. You can take it sets. Okay. You can set 1, set 2, set 3, set 4. Okay. So this is one set, because this contains steps. This you see this here steps. Okay. This contains steps here. So you can take it as set or however you like test case. It's up to you. Now we have just created test case. We have done nothing. We didn't do anything. So here we were lucky. We always had application was ready in the test environment. So we have written test cases. But most of the time application will not be ready. You need to write test cases based on the document provided. They might have screenshot, they might have information. Based on the information only, you have to write the test case. Okay. Okay. So now we need to execute these test cases. Okay. Okay. There's one test case here. Need to execute. If you see there are three icons located in the right corner side, you see this cross and tick mark. So that is called result. Need to generate result. And beside then there's one more icon, pencil and paper. That is called edit. If you want to edit this test case, you can go ahead and edit. And there's one more two paper symbol icon here. That's if you want to copy this test case and put your own, you can even do that. Okay. Now I want to generate result for this. So I want to click on this. Click on this test case. You want to generate here. Build, what is built? You need to check with your lead which build you're working on. Okay, and we'll go to here 25. Yeah, we'll stick to 25. Okay, and verdict. What is the verdict? Verdict in sense, is it passed? Is it failed? Or is it inconclusive? Or is it error? Whatever reason you need to do, you need to put it here. And how much time did it take to execute? Let's say 8 hours. Okay, and who is the responsible tester for this? It will be you most of the time. Okay. Attachment. Okay, we'll talk about this attachment just in a moment. Notes. You want to put it here as okay. 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 So you want to put some information here. Okay. And here we didn't talk about this attachment. So this is one of the major, major thing. What you need to do is always put in screenshots here. Okay. You need to see without screenshot, your work is incomplete. Why? Why you need to put? Because now tomorrow you say that you have executed test case. Okay, great. You have executed the test case. Tomorrow you will get a call from your boss, right? You get a call, hey, can you stop by at my desk? Now, that's not a good sign. If you get a call from your boss, that's not really a good sign. Now, if you execute it and just put just like that, your boss says, okay, so there's a production issue that's going on, but we already tested it. Can you show me your result? What have you done? Now, if you don't have any evidence saying that, hey, no, I've tested, so how do you know? Anyone can do this, right? Anyone can do, just you put it. But what actually was tested, you are not able to show to your boss. That's not good. So you need evidence for your work. So that's the reason, whatever you're trying to do in your test cases, you need to document this. Let's see here, how do you do this? Okay, I'll just document this in MS Word. Not really, you can use any of your choice, but here now I'll be using MS Word for ease of convenience. Now what I'll do is, I'll just put it here and I'll just take screenshot. Whatever the test cases are passed, and let's say we'll take the screenshot here. And since I don't want all the information to be shown because a lot of information is showing up, right? So I'll just put whatever required in the project, just put it here. Just put it here. Oops. And put it here. So this was about the first test case. Now let's go to the second test case. What was the second test case? It was clicking on this button. Okay, great. So I'll just put 10 here and take a screenshot. Oops. And just put this. You can crop this even in the MS Word, so no big deal. Okay, so this is my second test case, and third test case is to place an order. So that will be this page, and I want to take screenshot of this too. And this is my third test case. Okay, and just click on proceed with order. I want to fill up all this. So you're making sure you're putting all the information what you have testing, right? Because if you don't do this, you will be in trouble. Okay, so once you have done this, place in order. Okay, so I'll save this document. You will say save as reports. Okay, so it's saved here. Okay, I'll just put it as GMO online results. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to attach this the document which you have documented into this. Okay, if you are not doing this, okay, it's up to you. You know, it's really I would say this is completely optional, but then completely, you know, it's up to you because you might, you know, you want to be really good in talking if you're not good in documenting. Okay, and I'll just put as results. Okay, because now if you are not putting this, so how would your boss know that you have tested it? Now this is the evidence that you have tested it and this is you are documenting it, right? Now if you don't do this and the moment if the boss asks you where is the work you have done, this is fine. Where is the documents that I can see that you really have worked on this? Okay, so you need to show this. If you are not doing this, then you really should be good in talking how to handle that because you're not if you're not saying anything, then you'll be you'll be in trouble. Okay, once you do this, click on save and close. Okay, great. Now once you have done this, if you see here, there is a plus icon shows up here, and once you click on this, this is what it shows: successfully executed test case for GMO Online. How do I look into this? Click on this edit icon, located at the right side corner, and here you see this document, right? You have attached this, and this is successfully executed. So this is how you need to execute a test case in Rally. Does it make sense? Any questions so far? Okay, so you always need to document it. Okay, without screenshots, without I would say never do that because if you are not documenting anything, okay, it's fine. It's up to the it's up to the it's corporate policies. Whatever the company is following, that's fine. But you don't want to upload here, that's fine. You can put input in your desktop or input into your your drive saying that okay, you know what, I'll just put it only when it is required, you can use it, you can also do that, okay? So it's up to you. But I would recommend always to document your work. Okay, so somebody asked a question, right? What if we found a bug and the test was not successful? Okay, in that case, you don't put as verdict as pass. You remember when you are trying to execute this, right? Okay, so we don't want one more result for this. Just close it. Here, you know what? You want to put it as fail. Okay, put it as a fail here and update this. Okay, and in that scenario, you want to document it, but you don't want to put the fail scenario there, right? You don't want to put the fail unless it gets updated. Once it gets updated to the new application, then you put the good one. You don't document the defects here. Okay. Okay, so somebody asked a question, right? Is rally is only for manual testing? The answer is no. Okay, you can do automation. I mean, this is not a tool for doing testing. This is a test management tool. The first thing is Rally is not a manual testing. Rally is a test management tool. Here, the test management tool is like all documents you are doing here. You are not testing anything here. Okay, you are not testing Rally. You are not testing anything. You're documenting your work and putting the user stories. Putting out the test cases and all these things in this Rally. So Rally is a test management tool. And yes, so far we were only doing in manual testing, but you can also do automation here. Remember, when you create a test case, okay, let me show you again pretty quick here. You can also create a lot of testing, not just manual. Okay, you see here type. You can go acceptance testing, you can do performance, you can do regression, usability, user interface, and not only this, you can also work on automated. Okay, so here you can do multiple things, not just one. Does it make sense? Yes, we were only doing manual here. Okay, right now we are only just doing manual, so we just documented this manual. Okay, any more questions? So tomorrow we'll talk about these defects. Okay, I'm giving you homework here. Okay, make sure you guys do the homework. Let's see here. Homework. Yeah. So we just make sure don't delete the user story, don't delete your test cases if you're not able to. Okay, you can delete your test cases, that's fine, but just don't delete the user stories. Okay. So I'm giving you instructions, so make sure you follow the instructions. All the users, all the test cases should be here right in this user story. What's the user story? US 161. Okay. So somebody told like some people are joining in between, right? So the people so if you didn't get any recordings, send me your email, through my email ID. Okay, just don't send it now. Okay, send it through email. That's manu@itamerica.com. So I'll send you the recordings. Okay, so if you have missed anything or you have the recordings, you have the homework. So I'll send you all the documents. Okay. People who have joined late, right? People who have joined late, they can get the recordings. Because this is third class, right? This is our third class. And any more questions? So tomorrow we'll talk about the defects and we'll go to the reports, what we have to do with this. So my point is don't get addicted to this tool, okay? It's just a test management tool. You might use this, you may not use it, it doesn't matter. What you need to understand here is process. What is the process? Creating test cases, executing the test cases, identifying bugs, assigning the bugs to the developer. So that's the process here. Okay. Because tool might change. Here you are using Rally, tomorrow you'll be using Jira, no, next time you will be using Zephyr, no, next time you'll be using TFS, I don't know. Nobody knows. So in that case, you don't want to say, no, I only know Rally, I don't know TFS, okay? I don't know Zephyr, I only know Jira, so you don't want to say that because it's just a test management tool, but the process remains same. Whatever tools you're using, it may not be that simple what I'm showing you here, but the functionalities remain the same. It might be here somewhere, it might be there, okay? It might be not in one place as it here, but you know, the process remains same. Okay, if no one has any questions, can we close this class for today? Okay. Okay, great. Okay, thank you guys.